Hey Albert, this is John, West Coast Connects. Ron reached out, spoke with you on Tuesday, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things pretty short and sweet. Just want to show you 3 tips that you could do to really maximize your traffic online and add to your customer base. So, with that, I'll get started. The only thing I ask is that you send me some feedback, whether that be via email, text, phone call, anything would suffice. I just would love to get your thoughts. So, with that, let's get started. My first tip is obviously to add a website. I went ahead and looked at keywords in your specific area. I went with Houston and some of the surrounding cities, Friendswood, League City, Humble, among others. And Katy, Sugarland, Spring. So basically Houston and the surrounding areas. And um, you know, those areas, there's 8,500 searches a month. So that's 8,500 searches a month that you're missing out on and you're not ranking for because you don't have a site. So really important to get that customer base. You know, whatever areas and specific locations you're trying to work, you really want to start capturing that traffic, and having a website is a great way to do it. So that would be my first tip is just to get a website up and running. You don't necessarily need something grand, but if you want to capture a lot of this traffic, you definitely would want location pages with specific things that you want to go after. So, like for instance, you know, Houston has a ton of volume here, but the problem with their volume is that there's high KDs. This KD is keyword difficulty, how hard it is to rank in the top 10 on a 0 to 100 scale. So these numbers are really high. What I would go after is like Katy, Texas, with a lot lower, 250 searches with an 8 KD, or Sugarland, which I put in, which is 200 searches or in a 1. Spring, Texas, 200 searches and a 0. Um, Pearland, Texas, 150 searches and a 0. Cypress, 150 and a 0. So there's a lot of traffic out there that are a lot easier to rank for than Houston. So when you do get a site up, you kind of want to go after those locations that are high in volume and low in KD, so you can get traffic without, spending a fortune. It's going to cost a fortune to rank for some of these higher keywords. So that would be my first tip. My second tip would be to optimize your Google My Business. So you do have 11 reviews. 4.6 star rating is okay. Typically, you'd want it a little bit higher. But there's adding reviews and adding photos that are saved by as specific keywords. So if I wanting to be found for Sugarland Electric, for instance, I would have one of those photos saved as there, or as that keyword, and then you want this on directories, so that it just adds strength for your Google My Business. Um, and then so that would getting this up and running and strong, and getting yourself in the top 3 of these particular, or of any keyword that you're trying to focus on, getting on the top 3 really adds traffic, because a lot of times what happens is people have these ads first, and then it goes right into this map pack, and when they get to this map pack, it kind of just steals traffic from those that are underneath. So really important to steal traffic and get traffic from the organics listings, even if you're ranking. So if you're here and then you're in your first, you're really getting a majority of the traffic. So that would be my second tip. My third tip would just be to build up your site when you do get a site up and running. So having a website is great, but it's like a car without an engine. You really need to add that engine to get it going, to really build it up to where you're ranking. So a couple of your competitors in Sugarland, I'm not sure if you go that far, but Maderas Electric and Vault Electric, and as you can see here, the strength of this is the data from their site, and your site will start from scratch basically, but this is the power, and you want it as high as you can go. Typically with electricians, 20s, 30s is kind of where you want to be at, and you want to be, pretty close to a 1-to-1 ratio. This is how many websites are sending links back to the site. This is how many keywords they're ranking in the top 100, how many clicks they're getting a month, and this traffic value is how much money I'd have to spend in Google Ads to get the same amount of traffic. So, your site when you get it up is going to show a lot of no data and nothingness, and you just have to build this up. Vault electricity is a little bit higher. Their UR is not very high, so that, they would need to get that up. But really, uh, there's a lot of potential here. Like I said, there's a lot of keywords. You could go after Houston traffic, but chances are it would take a long time to start ranking for that. But some of these other things, even electrical contractors in Houston, not very high. You can kind of go after that. Cypress, we saw Huntsville. There's quite a few in Huntsville. So that there is definitely is traffic there, and you could go after, and you could really start bringing in more customers and more traffic, and really build up your business, or get it to where you can pick and choose what jobs you want to do. So with that, I'll let you go. If you need somebody that knows what they're doing, please reach out. We'd love to help you. But have a great day, and God bless. Bye.